And now I want to introduce you to one of the entrances to Athenry. This entrance here is called the Northgate. Now it is, as you see, it's an archway. It is intact, but not altogether. This portion here on the right hand side, as you face it, you can see that it has been repaired, and up from about, just about from the arch, say about maybe 2 yards from that up had been repaired, has been by the county council. So up to the top then it was jagged along and it has been taken in. Now the top of it is a straight line, a parallel line across. Well, now that really doesn't fit in with the walls of the city or with the various castles. We have to assume that the defenders, whatever kind of warfare they used in those days, arrows, etc., they had to have a place on top to shelter themselves, to protect themselves from the enemy coming in, so that you would have not a straight line across. There would be places to use their weapons out and also to shelter themselves. So that it is difficult to say that that is what it was. I don't think so. It has repaired by the county council, but I wouldn't say that it was really restored to its original the wall. But beyond that, as you can see, it is fine and solid all the time up along. But that is the Northgate. It's one of the 4 entrances to Athenry. But it's too bad that it wasn't restored rather than repaired on the top. We have to put it down to the ravage of time. But then these places were very often the stones taken and they were knocked down for a purpose, perhaps for people, for building, etc., etc. Nobody knows. But now they have been repaired, and but I would like to have them restored rather than repaired. So you can see plainly that on this side, where the new wall is, as distinct from the other side. You see there was another arch further over again. So we don't know, like there were no houses in those days, so what has happened in the meantime, it is very hard to relate. Could be for light, of course it could be a lookout post. is another wall here. Now this is an inner wall, so I don't want it to be confused with the outer wall of the town, of the city as was known. It is not as thick and as wide a wall as the outer wall. This piece here, where the concrete blocks are, that really is not part of the wall at all. The wall was knocked down, and a gate put there as an entrance into by the GE into the playing pitch. Well, as you can see yourselves, these concrete blocks are not in keeping at all with the wall, and really it was a pity that the stones of the wall weren't put up outside it. They could have been inside and put the stones outside. It shouldn't have taken place because it's taking from the wall, from the different appearance. The wall, of course, goes back hundreds of years, but the concrete blocks do not. So that is what I said before, that restoration, you see, is very important in these cases. And repairs, you see, are different. The restoration is what is necessary. And I think that the Board of Works will see to it in future that its restoration is carried out. Here again, that this is concrete blocks put up here and plastered. And it really is a pity that the stones of the wall were not put outside it. And it would still preserve the old wall and show it as it was, rather than the modern one. So that they don't seem to fit in with each other. Definitely the plaster is not in keeping with the old wall, or the concrete blocks either. But that's what was done at the time being. So it goes up along the whole way. And it takes from it. You can't very well show this as being part of the old wall of Athenry. The remains of the moat out from the wall. Of course it is overgrown now and sort of full up, but it's still there. And the old tower is also there, but it's gone from the top. Now all this wall along here was covered over with ivy, very much so, and I understand that there was a grant of money got to clean it off. And there were a bulk crowd of boys came here, and they did that, which was a good job in its own way, very necessary. But then they put some stones or stuff on the top, these sandstones. Well, they don't seem to be in keeping with the wall as it was originally. And I did refer to that before, that restoration is very important, and perhaps the Board of Works would see to it that whatever is done, that it would be restoration rather than just a quick repair. You can see further also in places the moat is not there now, because it has been filled in spots where the land went into the wall. But this is the remnants of it. There's also here we have the GAA stand that's gone up over the wall. Well, what it is, it's in a way, I suppose, it sort of takes from it as if the wall had been raised up above it. It should have been better, to look better. I also see now that the wall is falling away there.